Hi guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video here with little.e. So I don't know where to start. It's kind of like hard because this video has been requested, and I asked you guys on Instagram if you guys wanted to hear how I'm coping with my brother's loss. Here I am. I'm just gonna let you guys know to understand I'm gonna maybe cry. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this. Hopefully I'm able to say this or talk about it without crying, but if I do, then I apologize. But yeah, let's get into it. I don't know where to start first because maybe a lot of you guys don't know how he passed away, and I kind of didn't want to say it in this video yet. I still want to wait a little bit. Man, I don't even know what to say, honestly. My brother Giovanni was a very happy and very sentimental kid. You know, he was always loving, he was always caring. Everything that had to do with family oriented, he was there. He was always for family all the way, and he loved his family. So he was a very sweet kid, you know. And you know, it's been very, very hard. And in November 12th, it's gonna be 5 years. And you know, for me, in my experience, I'm coping with his loss. Has been hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty hard. The first 2 years were, I think, the hardest, and the middle of the third year, like half of third year going into 4, is when I kind of like not realized but understood a lot of things that I didn't understand back then. And every day is hard. Every day is hard. Obviously, to me and my family, he's not dead. He's still here in our hearts, in our minds. You know, we still have love for him. And every time that they ask me, oh, how many brothers and sisters do you have, you know, I always make sure I mention him. To me, he's not dead. He's still my brother. He's always gonna be my brother, no matter how many years pass by. And when I have kids, I'm gonna let them know that they have an uncle, you know. And he's not here with us right now, but you know, I want for them to know that they had an uncle, you know, that was once here physically with us. When he first passed away, like I said, it was one of the hardest things. The very first night that he wasn't with us, I didn't sleep like that good. I probably slept like 2 to 3 hours because I was hearing my mom in the living room cry very loud, screaming out his name. And in my head, I wish everything was just a dream, you know, that this was just a bad dream. So in those 2 to 3 hours that I fell asleep, you know, I was dreaming that he was there with us and everything was good. But when I woke up, you know, I woke up thinking like, oh, okay, this is just a bad dream. But it wasn't, you know. But I still had hope that the hospital was gonna call us and let us know like, hey, he woke up, he's ready to come home. But obviously that was not gonna happen. And for the first 2 years, it was hard for me to sleep. It was very hard. I I wasn't able to sleep. I would cry at night because during the day I had to be strong for my mom and my dad and my family in general. I was the one taking care of basically the funeral expenses, the hospital stuff, and everything that had to do with him, you know, news reports, you know, the newspaper will come out, oh, they want to have an interview with you guys. I was the one putting the face, you know, and it was hard. And I didn't have time. I had to be very, very strong, very, very strong during the day. But at nights, my husband knows. He's seen me, he heard me. I will cry, I will break because I wish this was a dream, because no one is ready to just let go of somebody that they grew up with. Nobody is ready to say, okay, you know, we're gonna move on. You're never gonna be ready for death or losing somebody, but you learn, you know. And man, at nights I will question a lot. I will question God a lot. You know, at that time I wasn't into church or religion like that. You know, we always grew up Catholic, but my parents never actually took us like every Sunday to church. But at that time when we lost my brother, I wasn't really going to church. I knew about the Word of God, but I wasn't attending like every Sunday. And I would question to God, you know, why him out of everyone? Why couldn't you take me, you know? I lived so and so years. Why couldn't he live longer? Why you took him? He was so nice, so handsome, he has so much love to give. Why, if he hasn't done anything bad? He's just an innocent kid. But you know, these are questions that you ask yourself, or that you ask, but there's no answer to them. And that night that he passed away, we got a call from a foundation called One Legacy, which it also goes by Donate Life. If you guys have heard of them, I'm pretty sure they're the ones that serve in the Southern California area. And it's a foundation where you get to donate organs and tissues. So we got a call from them saying that if we were willing to donate Gio's organs or tissues, whichever ones he were to be qualified for. They called us maybe like later on at like around 12 actually in the morning. And people were still at our home, you know, trying to comfort us and make us feel a little bit better, giving us their condolences. And my mom answered, and she was very, very sad, and she didn't even want to hear. She was actually being rude to them. Obviously, I understand, you know, you're going through your grief, through your pain, and for somebody to call you, hey, we want to know if you would like to donate your sons. You know, you don't have no memory to think, hey, yeah, you know, you're not in your 5 senses. So my dad took control of that, but he did ask me about, is this a good option? I told my dad, you know, yeah, why not? Gio was always a giving person, and he always looked out for people. He always was there to help others, you know, even if you wouldn't have helped him, he was there to help others. And we took the decision to say yes to donating his organs and tissues, but he didn't qualify for donating organs, so he couldn't donate any organs besides the tissues, the corneas of his eyes, and some bones from his arm and legs. One Legacy invited us to attend Saturday programs once a month, a Saturday program for family to grieve. You know, so basically we will go there and we will explain to them how we felt, what was going through our mind, and stuff, and how we felt, how we were coping. And that, I feel like that helped me a lot, just because when I was there, I was able to express how I felt about the situation without having to worry that other people were gonna judge me, because all the families that were there lost a family member and they did donate something basically. So we were in the same position. We were just broken families that have lost a loved one, and we're there to grieve, to help each other, to give each other support. And you know, that helped me a lot. I was able to express how I felt, because I didn't want to go to my mom, or I didn't want to go to my dad or my brothers and start crying, even though I know I could have. But sometimes it's hard because you don't want to see your loved members cry, you know. And I expressed myself a lot there. It's been very hard though. It's been very hard till this day. You know, sometimes I cry when I talk about Gio, and sometimes I'm very strong, you know. And that doesn't mean I don't love him. That doesn't mean that I don't miss him. And just because I have had people message me, hey, you know what, you look like you're fake because you don't post about your brother, how come you don't post about him? You know, that doesn't mean that I don't love my brother. I love my brother unconditionally. I miss him so much. I wish he was here. There's times where I sit down and be like, damn, he would have been 18, you know, and graduated high school. I didn't get to see that. I didn't get to experience that. I didn't get to see my brother grow up. I'm not gonna have the chance to see him get married and have kids, you know, and grow up with him, and him see me with my brothers grow up and share memories. And yeah, it's hard. And a major reason why I started YouTube was because he was trying to become a YouTuber. He started doing videos. He started doing videos on YouTube. Maybe a lot of you guys don't know, but he did. And he was a gamer, so he loved doing YouTube videos. And that inspired me. You know, I want to continue something that he liked. And obviously I love being on camera. I love taking pictures. I'm not a shy person to talk about certain things. You know, I just like that. You know, I like that social media thing. And he was a big reason why I started YouTube. I wanted to do something that he did, that he loved, that he wanted to do. You know, even though I don't do the same content as him, he inspired me, and I just love that about him. And there's times where I sit down, go to his page, because out of all the videos he's done, only one video he shows his face. Other than that, you will never see his face. You will hear his voice, but you will never see his face. And that one video, I have it saved on my playlist on YouTube. And there's times where I sit down on my computer and stare at the video and look at him talk. It's not that I forgot how he looks. It's not that I forgot how he talks. But going through all these years without seeing him, just want to see him how he was. And I sit there and I stare at him. I stare at him and I'd be like, damn, man, Gio, I miss you. I really do. But there's nothing I can do. He's gone, and he lives with me right here and right here, and I dream about him. And every time I dream about him, it's so beautiful. I always ask God, let me dream with him. Just at least 5-10 minutes or 10 seconds. I want to feel him. I want to hug him. I want to tell him I love him. And man, I believe in God. And I know God hears my prayers. And he lets me feel my brother. But every time I dream about him, he hugs me. But he lets me know, like, when it's coming to an end, he tells me, because he, you know, he calls me Vero. He never called me V. He's like, Vero, I gotta go. And I tell him, no, I don't want you to leave. Stay with me. I gotta go. I love you. And he gives me a big hug. And he leaves. And when I wake up, I feel like it was real. To me, it was real. So, you know, the way I have been coping is just, you know, I've come to realize that I have to accept the fact that he's not here physically with me, but he lives with me in my heart and in my mind. And all the memories that we made, you know, they're not dead to me, they're alive. And I like to remember him like the happy person, you know, like that person that will always smile to you, that was kind, that was loving. You know, I never like to remember him as that kid that I saw laying on that bed all bloody. I do not like remembering him like that. But there's times I do. There's times I do remember him like that. But just because I be like, damn, why like that? When I see the pictures of the news that you will see at the end of this video, you can see the pain of my mom. You can see the hate of my brother. And you can see my tears. So, it's been hard. It's been hard. It's still sometimes hard. But I pray. And I ask God to help me. And I accept it how it is. And I love him. And I'm always gonna love him. Always. I'm never gonna forget about him. And I think every day you learn something. Every day you learn something. You know. And he's done a wonderful job, you know, helping other people. Because when we donated, he helped a lot of people. You know, when they told us that donating corneas and the tissues from the eyes, we're gonna help from 50 to 75 people. We were amazed. And I know Gio still lives out there. Somebody's eyes is out there. And he's helped kids or adults, I'm not sure. We've never actually got a response, and I would love to. I would love to see people, you know, get in touch with us and get to meet some of the people that got helped. But yeah, that's how I've been coping. It's been hard. And trust me, people that have lost loved ones, you guys already know how it is. People that haven't lost any, you know, well, you can't really relate to it, but I just know that it's a very hard situation, a very hard feeling. It's hard to cope. It takes time, and sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you're like, okay, I'm good. Jill, thank you. You know, you're happy. You're what, you know, whatever. You're happy. You're like, okay, I'm good. I'm good now. But then there's days where you're like, I'm not good. I miss him. You start crying. You go up and down. It's a scale, up and down, up and down, up and down. And right now you see me good, And there's days where I wake up and I be like, I miss him so much. I even stay in bed because I think of him. I cry like a crybaby, and it's hard. But you just have to learn. You have to move on. You don't forget about your loved ones. You just learn and cope. You just learn and cope to live with that. And you're never going to be ready to lose someone, no matter how many loved ones you lose. Every day, every time it's going to be hard. But it's just part of life. I know that we're all going to die one day. I know that one day I'm going to have to accept that I'm going to lose either my mom or my dad or my brothers or my husband, or maybe they'll lose me. I don't know. And we just have to learn how to live with that. Obviously, you just don't forget about them. So I hope you guys really enjoyed me expressing myself in this video, talking about how I have coped with my brother's loss. And if you guys want to know the story of how he passed away, then leave a comment below. Let me know that you guys want to know the story of how he's passed away, and I would do my best to put it out and let you guys know how everything happened. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to give likes on this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you guys gone through something like this, or if you lost maybe a dad or a mom or uncle, anybody close to you that you really loved and you grew up with. Let me know. And please, if you're new to this channel, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.